these three we have to say we're fully invested in: Timberwolves, Bulls, Celtics. Celtics before were our slight interest,
but we're locked in.
So I think this was like our locked in teams last time were Suns, Clips. So I changed it to might watch one game per week kind of category. I feel actually, and then we got keeping an eye on, which is kind of like if they do something interesting in the offseason. And then slight interest is like, if they're on playing a team, I'm keeping an eye. Maybe I'll watch it, and then couldn't care less. I'm avoiding this team. I don't want to see a lick of this team next season, or I don't even care what they do in the offseason. So let's start. Let's just start in order here. The Houston Rockets. This is a tough one. Don't care. I was gonna say slight interest. I'm not even gonna be that nice. Yeah, couldn't care less. Yeah, I like some guys on here, but like it's just not worth talking about. Miami Heat.
Couldn't care less.
I honestly kind of agree. Couldn't care less.
Couldn't care less.
By the Miami Heat.
Yes.
I'm kind of over the whole Heat culture. Yep. I'm kind of over it.
And for the box out boys, we couldn't care less. So Miami Heat. The New York Knickerbockers.
I think it's keeping an eye
on. Yeah, keep an eye on.
Keep an eye on. I was gonna maybe say I'm watching a game a week. I don't know if I could really invest in a game per week with this team.
Game a week.
I think Brunson. You keep an eye on Brunson, and therefore, kind of.
Let's say keeping an eye on with potential to move into once a week.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, this is the perfect category. Let's see if we have anybody here. This was an interesting exercise. Pistons. Monty just got fired. Shout out, getting 65 million of dead money.
Sweet. Get that bread, homie.
The Bucks. We watching a game per week.
That's a game a week, I think.
You think?
Okay, yeah, I can see that game a week.
Well, Giannis and Dame. I'm really interested in a full season with Doc. Doc's gonna run out of excuses.
Right.
Did you hear Doc? Did you hear Doc this week? He said that Dame told him that he came into the season out of shape.
Oh wow!
He said that Dame was afraid of getting hurt, and he knew he was going to get traded, so he didn't want to train too hard. He kind of came in a little bit more out of shape than he usually does. It's just like that is the craziest throwing under the bus kind of kind of thing I've ever heard. Like he just comes up with new things every time. Well, yeah, maybe we'll. Oh man, yeah. But for now, Bucks, especially because locally we're so close to them.
Yeah, we're so close.
That's a one game per week thing. The Raptors. I don't.
Yeah,
nope. Couldn't care less.
Warriors.
Slight interest?
What you guys?
I think it's keeping. I feel like keeping an eye on.
Because of Curry. Curry's still a draw.
But it's got to be it, right? Like this is probably the last. Like,
but they're gonna be what, a 10 seed again?
Clay might be gone, but like,
you know what? Maybe keeping an eye right now and see what they do in the offseason. And then after the offseason, like for me, they might drop down to slight interest.
Yep, we'll refresh this again before the season.
I'm good with
that. Like if they're playing the Lakers or something cool.
Yep. Yeah, Thunder.
That's a game a week, I think.
Game a week. Yep. I'm definitely watching them.
They're a fun team. Yeah. The Hawks.
Couldn't care less.
They're the first pick in this draft, and it's probably couldn't care less, right? I'm putting them at the top of the couldn't care less, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Kings.
Slight interest?
I couldn't care less. You think slight? You think
slight? Slight interest for the story.
If they're playing a good team, I'm gonna, I'll be like, oh, so and so in Kings, OKC in Kings.
They are a top offense most years, or 2 years ago at least. Clippers. You still care about
an eye on
Clips?
Oh wow! See, I
think it's keeping an eye on.
I'm gonna go slight interest because I was kind of feeling. Yeah, and Joey was going really high. I was willing to put him high. Joey's here, so I'll go slight interest.
All right, let's go slight interest.
Jazz.
Couldn't care.
Couldn't care. No Lori love here. Okay.
Maybe slight interest to see if they decide to make any trades.
They're not.
I'll put them at the top. But we couldn't care less. I'll put them here.
Okay.
Nuggets.
Game week. Jokic. That's
funny.
For sure.
Game a week.
We can't do 2 games a week because they're going to be on at 9:30.
Yeah. All right. Keep an eye on.
I think
I'm checking scores.
Yeah.
If they're playing the Celtics,
we also know what Denver's going to give us constantly. Like we're still kind of up in the air about what Milwaukee is and what OKC is. Like Denver, you kind of know what they are.
Yeah, but see, I watch Denver because I like them. I'm for sure locking in.
I like them.
You can swap them for Boston.
No, they're not that.
Okay.
Boston's
the Pelicans. For me, I think this is a perfect slight interest team.
I think
for
you're
me.
right. Slight
Yep.
interest.
How about you
Zion.
guys? How are you guys feeling?
Zion, yeah.
Just because
I'm good
I
with
mean, they
slight
got to do
interest.
something. The GM came out saying they got to do something this offseason. They
Yeah.
can't just keep running it back.
Mhm.
Essentially, to that point,
Couldn't
the
care less
Nets
feels
just
strong.
they're like
Yeah,
the
couldn't care
last
less.
team.
Care.
The Sixers,
Keeping an eye.
Keeping an eye.
keeping an eye.
Keeping
Yeah.
an eye on them.
Did you guys see that
Keeping an
side eye
eye.
Embiid did Paul George
Yep.
Yeah, he's
during
keeping one eye on
in
him.
the finals broadcast? Yeah, he's like, hey, we can maybe use some people this offseason. That was interesting. The Cavaliers.
Slight interest.
Slight interest.
It's
Yeah.
so slight. It is so
The
slight.
Donovan,
with this team.
the
slight.
Donovan Mitchell story is going to be
Borderline. Couldn't care less.
Yeah,
The Mitchell
well, you guys
story is
already
going to be
hate
the only
Kevin,
thing that anybody
so-
cares about, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as the Donovan thing's
Does
settled.
he resign or does he go?
The Pacers.
Ooh, that's an eye.
Keeping an eye, or
You
they?
got an eye?
Yeah, they're probably keeping an eye. They're not quite game
All
a
right.
week. Yeah,
I feel
even though
like
they're
I was
close.
going to say slight interest, but I'll go
Siakam
here. Just because
signing
they
his
signed
max. Siakam
yeah,
signing his deal.
190 for 4 years.
I'm
He's
checking
like,
their
you can
score.
have him. He's just, I
Mhm.
think he's like, you can have him starter for us, right? I don't know. You can have him.
Yeah.
Pascal.
Wizards,
Washington,
you can
no.
just yep.
Don't even need to say the name.
Maggie.
The slight. Keep
Slight?
an eye. I kind of want to keep an eye.
I kind
I
of
gotta
want to keep an eye
eye.
on him.
Yeah, keeping an eye on them.
Keeping an eye. All right. Keep an eye on the Magic. Hornets.
Hornets
Burr.
don't care.
Don't care.
Grizzlies don't
Grizzles.
If Ja's back, I'm keeping
Don't
an eye.
care?
That's me. If Ja's back, I'm watching.
Let's do slight interest. Just
Slight,
'cause
slight interest.
I don't
is
know what
fine.
to make of this
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I think I'm there. 'Cause if
Lakers.
they suck.
Lakers is like a
Slight.
slight to a cut.
Yeah.
They're always in the.
I'm watching
news.
LeBron.
The
I'm gonna be
Suns.
honest.
The Suns. I used to be like, oh, I gotta watch this team. Now
Yeah.
I'm like,
Slight.
I almost couldn't care less.
Put them at the
Slight.
bottom of
This is a
slight.
slight.
I
So I'm gonna
honored
watch.
that one.
Okay, I'll put them.
Because so slight interest is
Yeah.
like, all right, if the Suns are playing the Bucks, like I'm watching that one, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going, all right, it's Bucks Atlanta. I could skip that tonight.
Yeah,
That's
it's
kinda
Bucks,
like the
Jazz, don't care.
consideration.
Bucks, Suns,
Yeah.
okay, maybe.
Okay, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
tuning in.
Grizzlies,
If
Okay.
OKC's
yeah,
playing the
if
Rockets,
Jazz
you know,
playing,
yeah, if Ja's playing,
Okay.
all right, let's see how he does
Blazers.
this game.
You guys
Couldn't
want to watch
care.
some Scoot?
No,
The Spurs.
what is it?
Keeping an eye, or are we watching a game a week?
Wemby
I might
might
start
be
watching
working
this
game
team
a week here.
every. I might be doing games a week.
I mean,
with this team.
this might be a pretty serious thing to pay attention to.
All right, put him in there.
I'll put them here. The Mavericks. I feel like maybe the top of the keeping an eye
I
on.
think they're top.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on.
Keeping an eye on.
Yeah, this feels good.
like the Steers,
doesn't
yes.
feel. I always used to do way too much up here. Now I feel like I've come around. We got 10 teams and they couldn't care less. That's good.
Yep.
So we hate a third of the league.
Hey,
It's just-
that's
I mean, but those teams
I mean-
deserve to be where they are.
Yep.
And to be fair, there's a team in the fully invested that if we didn't live
Yep.
here would be in the bottom too.
yep. They
Yeah,
should be
the-
there.
Yeah,
They should be there. We should be there anyway.
Yeah.
I stand
the-
on business. This
Problem
season.
is you actually care what they do.
I do care what they do.
because you actually care what
There's
they
no
do.
You know what?
You don't want to
I,
see Kobe White.
I'm giving them the offseason. If they do a run it back, we will not be checking in with the Bulls.
Oh, they're doing a
Well,
run it back.
The
What else
is
are they
running.
going to do?
They say
Are they going to
Lonzo's
sign
playing,
OG
so-
Anunoby? They
No,
got
I
to sign
mean,
Patrick.
They got to
gotta
trade
sign-
if they trade Zach, if they trade Caruso, which apparently they got multiple firsts offered to him or offered for him.
I didn't see that.
I was almost sending you guys the video, but I figured you guys saw it. I'll send
Wasn't
you
that
the
in
video.
the- you
See,
should
I'm
send
locked
the-
in on
send the
Bulls.
video.
See,
Who were the
this is-
first? Who were the first from though?
Was it like
Um,
the 20s.
they didn't kind of divulge that information, but
Because this is weird. Like basketball first rounds. Like if you're in the 20s, that's not really that useful.
yeah, but for a role guy, come on, man. Multiple firsts,
yeah, unless you're going to parlay that into another deal for somebody else.
I guess. So the mandate was that it came down from the front office. Basically, we want to make the playoffs. So when the trade offer
That
came
was
in,
going into this seat.
there's
Yeah,
a
I
trade
heard
deadline
about
this year. So at the trade deadline
Yeah.
this year, they received multiple offers with multiple firsts for Caruso, and the mandate given to the GMs was we want to make the playoffs this year. And kind of the inference there is that they didn't make the moves because they're not gonna make the playoffs without Caruso. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. Holding on to Caruso isn't the worst decision that they've made this season.
I guess.